What? 1. I learned I have to wait. Oh, you know what I forgot? A water.
Oh, I get water.
Thank you.
Howdy.
All right.
Looks like we're okay everywhere.
Hello? Hello?
Avian, my name is not Chris.
Is this thing on? Hello?
Is it on? Yes, they're on.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, hi? How are you?
You sure you don't want a beer?
Oh, I would love a beer. But no, I don't drink beer.
Some.
I don't drink beer anymore. So no, I don't want a beer. Thank you, though. The idea of beer is always much better than having a beer. Jose had a beer last night at our meeting, and I was like, I should have a 0 alcohol beer. And I was like, no, because I don't even like the taste of beer.
Oh, see, I do. Oh my gosh.
We saw like that Corona commercial.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, the idea of an ice cold Corona and some tacos sounds great. But I would be like, bleh.
Okay. All right, I see somebody saying hi on TikTok, so that means I did all of that right.
Tic Tac.
And how's our Facebook? Anyone on Facebook right now watching us?
Hello, Face Space. Speak to us, Face Space.
I saw something the other day about MySpace coming back.
No.
Yeah.
Ah!
So
Okay.
be prepared for live streaming on
Face Space.
MySpace as well. Are there good tacos in Phoenix?
Oh my God! What are you kidding me?
Yeah.
We have like the best tacos.
Big Mike Wood.
Mike, what's happening, baby?
I think I'll be meeting you soon, right?
Hey, Mike. I was supposed to ask you if you had any interest in staying the Friday night to hang out and game.
I mean,
we
don't
didn't
put him on the spot right now.
Yeah, I
Jeez.
am. I am. He has to get used to it. You don't have to answer. And no pressure, obviously. But when you're down here, we didn't even stop to think that maybe you'd want to hang out on a Friday. But I know you have family to get back to, too. So, no pressure.
No pressure. Ghost Hunter, I've already explained to you how I feel about this.
About what?
Can you please allow Jabe to make pink monument merch? No. The answer is no. I need to feel special. So.
Wow.
Oh, he said he would love to, and he was hoping to. We'll fix that. We'll fix your flight then. And
Yeah,
yes, we'll
I
take you.
I think
take
it
you to all the good
inadvertently got
places.
booked to send you home quicker, so you didn't have to spend any more time away from family than was possible. But I was like, but Friday night, game night. We'll talk with Ellie on Monday and see if we can't get it figured out.
We can change that. It's easy. What sculpt is this? I don't remember. It's from yes, I can turn my mic up.
It's the Lord of the Hunt.
Lord of the Hunt it's War Machine.
War Machine.
Lord of the Hunt, Kador.
From the Kador faction, yes. Kador Old Ombre.
Grim Fat Boy wants to know if you collect patches or challenge coins. I mean, we sell patches.
I don't collect much of anything except way too many models.
He collects War Machine models right now.
Yeah, I don't collect patches or challenge coins or anything like that. I never have. I'm pretty boring when it comes to like tchotchkes. I don't really like that. It's not that I don't like it. I just have never been like good at keeping it. I have a ton that people give me, but to say I collect is a misnomer because I'm like, I don't even know where all that stuff is.
Willow of D and Matt B on TikTok. Hello.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Is today the last day? Yes, today is the last day. It is the 31st. Last day to get your challenge entries, July challenge entries in.
It is. Do it now.
I mean, you don't have to do it right this minute. You have until the end of the day today.
Do it now.
Telemachus said, hype for the Gen Con reveal of One Step Plaid. Gen Con spelled with a J.
It's not happening.
Not happening.
That's not
It's
happening.
happening at about the same time as Pink Monument merch.
Wow, Jen is really, really on a tirade with that one. I'd have given you pink merch, guys. I have to let you know that
Mine.
I'm nice.
Mine.
Jen's obviously on a bender here where she's like, nope.
Oh, thank you, Patrick Laughlin. Thank you for commenting on Facebook so I can see that it's all working. I think I did it all, and it wasn't as bad as I thought. I am hoarding it for myself, and I'm not ashamed to admit that.
Wow. We're going to have to figure out a way to smuggle some pink stuff and not tell Jen.
I want to be special. I want it to
Honey,
be myself.
you are super special. You know why? Because you're the woman I love.
That does make me feel
Let
special.
the people have pink.
What color does chat get? Black, just like everybody else.
Wow, dude.
I'm very selfish.
You think?
Also not ashamed to admit that.
I live with her and I can attest to this. She eats the last of everything, all the good stuff.
What? Stop that.
If you have something that's your favorite food, don't share it with Jen. She'll eat all of it.
That's not true.
We're so funny because with regards to that, like the
neither
last
one of
thing
us
of
wants to eat
the
the last one.
one of anything good generally goes bad in our house
Yeah.
because both of us are leaving it for the other one. It'll be like, I left that for you. And she's like, I left it for you. And it's like, well, great. Now it's growing mold. So now it's good for nobody.
Yeah.
Great.
Shailene, that happens at your house too? I mean, I don't want to take it if he had his heart set on it.
But I'm saying the same thing. So
Yeah.
then nobody gets to enjoy it.
conflicts. Yeah, exactly. Scorched Earth. My significant other and I are like that too. Yeah. Yeah, the cult needs to find a new color. You pick a new color. Doesn't have to be pink. Pink is mine.
Wow.
Monument Hobbies Garrett and Elisa Frank print. I would be fine with that. If Gabe can find a crazy patterned hat.
The funniest thing was when
There you go.
because that factory in Tucson,
Mm-hmm.
the Lisa Frank
Yeah.
old building,
Yep.
went up for sale
Yeah.
at a point in time where, of course, we were like, oh my God, you know what would be so rad is if Monument Hobbies could move into the old Lisa Frank building. Of course, we couldn't. It was huge.
Yeah.
It was enormous. So that was never going to be a thing. But it was fun to think about.
Yeah.
The building was really cool. It was in all the colors.
And then we'd also have to be in Tucson, so
It's also Tucson, which
nobody wants that.
Jen's afraid of Tucson. It has more bats
It does have a lot of bats.
and a school with a better logo.
Tie-dye monument shirt. I mean, I can see that. Talk to Gabe.
Don't talk to Gabe. Gabe doesn't have the ability to just make every shirt under the sun. He still has to get it approved. He doesn't have that power.
But I mean, I'm not going to tell him to make a tie-dye shirt. Somebody else has to ask for it, and then he can look into it.
But he won't. He'll come to me and say, guess what I want to make? Everybody in the world is asking. That's what Gabe will say. Everybody wants
Everybody
it.
wants it.
It'll sell like hotcakes. We'll make $1 million. And then I have to be like, Gabe, you know what won't happen? We're not going to get rich selling T-shirts.
No.
We can't make every T-shirt everybody wants.
Yeah.
We've already got more than I wanted, and they're really cool designs, though.
They're good designs.
The fact that all the nerds at Gen Con have really been showing up in like the Lord of the Rings one, right? The Speak Friend and Enter.
Yeah. D-Fresh, no. Nope. That's going to get you banned.
What was that?
Said Tucson's greater than Phoenix.
Not in a long
Sasquatch,
shot.
super excited. I have friends at Gen Con who picked up a box of One Step Set 2 for me. Awesome. Those are good friends. Squiddy G, any updates on Monument Sables U.S. manufacturing and stocked? Been wanting to try them for the first time. I mean, our regular Sables are the same exact brush.
Same exact brush, and they're in stock.
And they are in stock.
So Monument Sables are in stock, just not the U.S. made ones. I don't have an update for you on timing, unfortunately.
Not top of the priority list because we have other ones. We should make an office in Minnesota. Why? Why would we do that? We have stores that carry our product there.
Good stores.
Yeah, some really good stores. My paddle sports yesterday. It was wild. I opened up my app and it's like, we detected an activity. Were you participating in paddle sports for 4 hours? I'm like, no, thank you. I was actually making paint sets.
Oh.
And it's because I was.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Were we talking about Minnesota?
Oh, sorry. I moved on to the next question already. And then 4, and then I would bend down and get the last 4, and it just was repetitive. And somehow maybe that seemed like I was paddling.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That was funny.
That's funny.
I saw that post from you, and I was like, what?
But then it did it again last night when I wasn't doing anything. It was like 6:15. Oh, we detected an activity. Are you participating in paddle sports?
Oh, so
No, not even close.
I'm watching television.
Yeah.
I'm browsing TikTok.
Feeding the dogs.
I'm feeding the dogs. Paddle sports just like chicken. It just looks like everything.
I guess.
Everything tastes like chicken, or does chicken taste like everything?
Tech Badger wants to know, when are we getting the Nerd Shit Corner logo shirt? I like the Lord of the Rings one, but I'm just a simple man who likes simple shirts. So just a little...
It's on the site, isn't it?
I don't think so. I think it's just Hobby Nerd and M.
Oh, I thought the Nerd Shit one's on there.
Never had the Nerd Shit one in small. The small logo. Or the small shirt decal.
No, I thought that he had done the logos for the bigger... There will be one coming out that's like a middle-sized logo across the front of the shirt. So if it's not up now, then it's coming. Because we've already gone through and talked about it and done the approval stuff, so.
We just have the big one right now.
The big logo Nerd Shit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's the only
original one.
That's the only one that we'll have. We don't do a small one. Not yet. I guess we could, but.
That'd be nice. I get it. It's because it is really big on the front, so. Gnarly RJ, speaking of shirts, who skates at HQ? I saw those Thrasher style shirts.
I grew up skating.
Monument Polo, so I can rock it business casual.
Business casual.
That might be doable. Monument socks. That would be fun. I do want to find like dog shirts.
They make a dog hat that Gabe would show me that was hilarious. I was like, that we need a big monument dog hat, or to call it like nerd pet or something, right?
But our dogs like their shirts. They would wear a shirt, but I don't think that either one of them would wear a hat.
I don't know. They probably would because they can't get away from it. Their ears
Sure
go through it. Their ears go through it, and it straps on.
They can get that off very easily.
I don't think they would. They realize they realize how cool they are, and they would not extricate themselves from the cool hat. Guaranteed. Our dogs are smart. They'd recognize cool.
Super Duper John, is my dog hat request becoming a reality?
Yeah. Gabe looked into it.
Doggy nerd.
Like dog nerd.
Yeah.
Nerd dog. They were really cool when he showed them to me. So I was like, oh, maybe. We'd have to come up with a logo that made sense, though, not just a M or something.
Yeah. DGYNRD. The stream title today is Live from the Construction Zone.
Oh.
Do you want to talk about that at all?
Oh, yeah. You have neat stuff happening here at HQ.
Got some pretty cool stuff going on here today.
Neat stuff.
Document slobbies. That's funny.
Oh, that's fun. Give me a minute to do some of this color on here.
So we have some demolition happening here today. I think that they're about done though, right? They're wrapping up at like 2:30.
They're wrapping up at 2:30, they said, yeah.
Knocking down some walls.
If you've never been here, it won't make as much sense. But for people that have been here before, there's a lot of stuff happening. I'll pull up the video. I have video.
Oh.
I can show them on chat.
Well, Tomato, yes, you're going to want to get on an airplane at some point. Not right now. It's too hot here now. But by the time the weather is nice, you guys should start looking at flights to Phoenix.
Not right now.
Not right now.
That would be horrible.
I feel like airlines should be paying you to fly to Phoenix right now. There it is.
If you've never been here, you won't know, but there was an office there, an office there, an office there, and an office there. There are 4 offices across the front before you got into the bathroom. So that whole area that I'm filming right now has been blown open. And this whole area is now huge. This is, if you've ever seen our original commercial where I come walking in the door and stuff, this was this area. And it was very tight because it had a ton of offices and stuff. And so now it's just one big, huge open space. Obviously, we took all the ceiling tiles out, or they took all the ceiling tiles, a bunch of wire and stuff hanging down. So it's a little messy right now, but and
the
then
other one too, because there's
a wall that separates that area.
This is gonna be cool.
This wall, all the studs will come out. We've cut this picture window in, and this will be the paint bar. So there's going to be a big bar top here that you can sit at or stand at. It'll have standing height and sitting height that will look into the main area, and you can paint along this bar. So it should be able to hold like 12 people, painting 6 on each side maybe, because it's a big long wall. And so that'll be a big picture opening. You won't have those studs in there. It'll have drop-down electric and air for airbrushes that'll be set up there. And then in this room that I'm standing in as I'm filming is another part of the game room. So this is another big, huge room that will have gaming tables in it. And all the product will be out in that open space with the checkout counter, and then more gaming tables in the center. Yep. So there'll be a bunch of gaming and product in there, and then gaming and product in here, and then a paint bar that divides the two right here.
And then
it's going to be rad.
To the left of that view will be a big classroom area.
Yeah, I don't have it here, but when you, like if I pause it here, this room off that way, there's another wall. There's a door to the outside courtyard, and then there's a wall, and on the other side of the wall that way is the classroom, which is as big again as one of these big rooms. And they're demoing that, or they were demoing that right when we started the stream. Yeah. So there's a lot of really cool stuff going on. A lot of big stuff happening.
No sleep sofas in the game room. Where are those couches? Oh,
they're at Clarendon.
Yeah. Mo, it's going to be a big experience center, monument experience. Store, gaming, painting, classroom, all kinds of awesome stuff. We're super excited.
Yeah.
Chaos Angel visiting Arizona next year. Hopefully you can stop by. Make some time because it's going to be a good place now. We're not selling it anymore as of right now.
It'll be a full wargaming experience center with nothing but wargaming. No card games. None of that. All wargaming. So I'm excited.
Gnarly RJ, our Clarendon facility where we actually make the paint and do our fulfillment is open Monday through Thursday. However, they don't have shirts there. The shirts are separate. So the shirts will always be shirts, hats will always be shipped to you. You can't go there and buy them, but you can go there and buy paint. Ideally, the easiest thing to do is to place an order online and then just go there and pick it up if you want to see the facility. Rattlecan, it is really happening. When? Right now.
We hope to have the construction completed and maybe a soft opening in early September.
Yeah.
Which seems silly to say that right now,
I know,
but
it's
that's
crazy.
the hope, is that we spend August getting it all situated, get the demo finished this weekend, get the build out started here next week. And then it's really just getting all of the retail stuff figured out, shelving, slat wall, all that kind of stuff. And then the infrastructure for the painting area, which is really just lighting and air for airbrushing and, paint racks and things like that.
Droth, that is this building right now, which is, yes, on 3rd Street.
Yeah, that's the one that we're in.
Yeah. Bill Reiser, no, they will not let you put your hand in the paint in the manufacturing area.
Hell no. What are you talking about? Talking about Willis?
You'd have to deal with that whole crew. And there is a hotel within walking distance.
Yep. Right down the street. Couple of them.
Yeah. Well, one that's definitely within walking distance, another one that's like half a mile away, which is technically walking distance, but not right now.
Not in 120-degree heat.
Yeah.
We got people dying on hillsides here in Arizona right now.
Oh my gosh, it's brutal.
Idiots trying to go
because
hockey.
they're dumb. You put an ad on the nearby billboard so I know how to find it. We'd have to fight with Rafi.
No,
all the local lawyers take all the billboards.
Christopher
we can't afford them.
Christopher was hyping up getting the billboard across the street.
Oh yeah.
and now chat's sticking up for him is what's happening.
Oh.
Bastages.
Mike, sorry, it's gonna be hot when you're here. But we don't do a lot outside right now, so
we have really good
we have great air conditioning
at
everywhere.
all of our facilities.
Both facilities, cars, everything was nicely air conditioned. All the restaurants are freezing, so you won't even notice.
We get refrigeration here.
Yeah. Is this the miniature world version of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Maybe.
Kind of. Kind of. We can start giving out golden tickets. I'm really excited. I was telling Jen at lunch. I'm super
right
hyped for it. Like, it is really, really cool to see the spot opening up like it is with the demo. Because, you get used to the size and shape of the building. We've been in this building for a long time. And it's interesting to see how big it really is when you get the walls gone.
Yeah.
There's a lot of space, because originally I was like, the building's big, but it not really conducive to like a retail gaming space, blah, blah, blah. But now today, for the first time, I'm like, oh, this is going to be absolutely awesome. So I'm stoked. Really excited.
Mrs. DeLay has a good friend that lives in the Mesa area. Might actually be able to convince her to take an Arizona vacation. I mean,
there you go.
You're not far. Utah, quite close to Arizona.
And Arizona's beautiful.
Mo said, how is Jason going to teach, stream, work, etc.?
Huh?
How are you going to teach, stream, work, etc.?
What do you think I do now?
Yeah, that's what he does now.
How is this any different than my current day, except the store part, where I can go and like hang out and have fun instead of looking at spreadsheets? That's fun.
Yeah. And then Well, we're planning on, inviting some guest artists to come in and teach classes, and yeah, good stuff. We will keep streaming at this location too. Yep, that's not going to change.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's one of the best benefits is that the stream doesn't have to change at
Yep.
all. Stays exactly where it is. We have offices on this end of the building that are not getting demoed, and all of that will stay exactly the way it is.
Bearded Weirdo said, do you think an app that can take a GW paint scheme or any scheme and swap all the paints to Pro Acryl equivalents would be helpful? I mean, is that kind of what Paint Rack does?
Yeah, I mean, some do. I don't know.
Do that?
I don't know. I mean, I don't. I give people more credit than that, right? Because, like, GW color scheme, I guess it's not as prevalent as people think. So I don't know.
And there aren't always exact.
We don't
we
color
don't
match
make
to
our
it. So if
stuff
what you're trying to do
to
is match
match
your
those.
GW paints, you're going to be doing a lot of mixing because I don't make colors based on what GW has. I make colors based on what are good colors for painting, not what I think a faction in a game looks like. So from that perspective, it's a little bit more difficult to get a straight one-to-one, but apps like Paint Rack and stuff do a really good job of giving you a close approximation of our colors versus other named colors in other lines. So yeah, I mean, I do. I think it has value for people with collections and color schemes that they're reading about or that they already have on models that they've painted. I think it's great, but I also think that we need to be focused in the industry at large as both consumers and as manufacturers and companies to get people comfortable with the actual art of miniature and blending and mixing colors so that you are no longer tied to a what would I call it, a scripted scheme, right? You can have the freedom to kind of go and create your own.
Yeah, our website only shows our Clarendon address because we don't want people to be confused and think that they can come here right now and buy paint. In fact, we've had people who have been here years ago to pick up paint, and they come here and they're very confused.
Yeah.
Because the parking lot is empty and the doors are all locked. So our website, or the internet, only shows our Clarendon address because that's really the more retail place where people would need to go. But once we're open and we have it, we'll probably have 2 separate named locations.
Yeah, that's something we're still working on because with regards to the Experience Center, it won't be a place where you can come pick up your online order.
Right.
Because we're not in the same location as fulfillment.
Right.
And so the stock that we sell for the website is different than the material that we'll have here.
Yeah.
So this will be a store that you can just come to, but it may mean that fewer people, shop on the website and then come to pick it up. They might just come to the store once we get that all that education out into the community.
Stitch Ito on TikTok said, always wanted to try this. Any recommendations on where to start?
Miniature painting?
Yeah.
It's always a great question. I think that, like anything, is to pick something that you really enjoy. So if you have in your mind a type of model that you like, whether you like fantasy, Dungeons and Dragons, trolls and knights and that kind of stuff, or if you like sci-fi or historical, find one of those genres that you think really appeals to you the most and then zone in on a model or 2 that fit that. There are great ones from all manufacturers, 3D printed, out of the box, retail, do it yourself. Just find something that you're going to like the look of the model, because I believe strongly that the interest in the model is what will lead you to enjoy the beginning of painting. A lot of people would just hand you some scrap model and say, put paint on it. Well, if you don't care about the model, then you're not going to care about the painting. So I think that's really the place to start. Get some paint. If you have a local game store that happens to have like a hobby night or a area where you can sit and paint models, that is a great place to start, because not only will they have models that you can purchase to paint, but they probably have somebody on staff that can walk you through or give you some paints and brushes to try. And you can do it in kind of a fun, casual way that, it helps you before you just go leap in and buy a bunch of stuff to get a better feel for what you need. And of course, watching here and other places, we're a manufacturer. We make Pro Acryl paint and the brushes and all the stuff that you see me using on stream, and so we're a little biased as far as paint goes. But we help with people understanding techniques and things. And the biggest thing is treat it like just a big adult coloring book. That's all they are. You're picking up a 3-dimensional coloring book. And it's all about just keeping the paint inside the lines and getting the colors you like on stuff and then turning it into masterpieces over time. Have patience because it's going to take you a while to get used to it. But it is super fun. Great hobby.
And there's a wealth of information on YouTube. We do this every day. Well, Monday through Friday at this time. We're here.
10 years going.
Yeah. For live Q&A. So anytime, once you get started, anytime you have questions, you're always welcome to hop in here and ask. And you'll get a response within that stream. Awesome. Thank you so much. Said I followed you to view this more. Fantastic.
Awesome.
We also,
welcome.
On our TikTok and on our YouTube and on all of our socials, we do a lot of short videos of clips from the stream. So like when Jason talks about something that is really like the most recent one is how do you become more skilled in airbrushing, really precisely, because you see there's a lot of detail on these miniatures, how to use an airbrush for that. And, he answered that question, gave a demo right on stream. We took that little clip and now that's available really easy at everyone's fingertips. So lots of content like that as well.
That's the great thing about living in today's digital world. There's so many resources to help you get comfortable and picking a model, picking a game. If you want to paint the models to play games, lots of resources on playing the games, tons of resources on painting, you name it. I'm very jealous. When I started painting all those years ago, there was no resources for any of this.
Yeah.
It's my cranky old man statement. I'm like, you kids these days,
you got it so easy.
Kids these days don't even know how hard it used to be to learn how to paint models. Got to do the whippersnapper voice. They're whippersnappers.
Yep, we get a grandpa uphill both ways, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know. Cut me some slack.
In the snow, even though you live in Arizona, we understand.
Hey, I grew up in Texas. We actually had snow. We had ice. We didn't really have a lot of snow. We had a lot of ice.
VHS. They were asking, back to the Experience Center, would there be live streams, like for a live audience?
Chris is trying to work out how that would happen. The way that the space is set up now, it's a little awkward for that, but we would all recognize that would be really cool to have a live audience. So if we can do it, we will. I just don't know what that looks like.
Yeah.
We don't have in the layout of the space a place to move the stream to the other side of the building like I would want to for that. But we might be able to, have a "we're live" sign over on the other side and be able to do like first come, first serve for, 5 or 6 people. That for certain times during the month we might be able to have, live interactions on stream because we could clear out the table. Mm-hmm. The game table that's in here will go someplace else in the store. And then we will have more of a podcasting setup table that's meant to hold some people, and it will be more mobile. So we could, clear out that table where we do like the monthly review for the challenge review, and then do invite guests in, because I think you're onto something. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think having people in here and discussing the hobby with locals or visitors and stuff would be a lot of fun. Plus we want to be able to have the artists that come in to do classes be able to sit on stream and talk biz with us and fun hobby nerd stuff. So
and there definitely is there really is a lot of space in this room without this stuff over here.
Yeah, the room we're in is a big room. Yeah, so we could get more people in. We just can't get like 100 people. There's no like, no Oprah Winfrey live audience.
Maybe 10. So it'd be very small.
You'll be very friendly with the person next to you.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. But
John said I would hang out at this new store all the time. I mean, that's the goal, is that our those of you who are watching who are local or close, we would hope that this would become your place.
Yeah, we already have a bunch of community members that have said that they, along with Frigid Phoenix and a bunch of the cool people that are here local, have said that, they got a gaming group that hangs out and is always looking for cool places to be, and we hope to be able to be that cool place for you. We've got a lot of really exciting things planned.
Stitch Ito, thank you so much for hanging out with us, and yeah, we're glad that you found us too. We'll be back next week. Super Duper John said, are you going to have a sign to light up to let the audience know when to laugh at Chris's jokes?
Yes, we'll have a laugh track. We'll go further. It'll actually just be a sound effect.
Oh my gosh, do we have a laugh button on here?
Yes.
Like a laugh track, like an audience laugh?
Yeah. It has one. The smiley face one, right? Or
I don't know. There's too many different boxes. There's an applause.
There you go. That's what we'll do.
Beefy Berkey said, would love to see a stream with Jason, Vince, Miniac, and Ninjon. Feel like it would be chaos. I mean, Jason was on their podcast.
Yeah, with John and Scott.
What do you call it?
Trapped Under Plastic.
Trapped Under Plastic. Thank you. I'm like, why am I drawing a blank on the name?
If I went up and visited them.
Live earplugs for the North. Yeah, bring earplugs if you're going to be in here live.
Yeah, we're hoping to be able to have a lot of the artists down for the grand opening whenever we decide to do that. We don't have a date, but, keep paying attention. It'll be fun. And then we'll have, a lot of people will want to be involved. A lot of the artists want to be involved as we evolve the schedule for, getting people here, having an artist of the month, doing classes, treating it like, a real art form, right? Have people that come and give classes, have like a 3-day weekend class that people can buy tickets for on the Monument website, and then show up and have a seat reserved. Because we'll have about if it all pans out right, I have to wait until they get the demo done on this side of the building. You won't understand, but our building is shaped like a horseshoe, right? So a building is like this. Our building is shaped like this. Right, basically, it's not quite like a horseshoe, but it's kind of like a horseshoe with a warehouse across the entire back area. And so, like this, the area that I showed you that's being demoed right now is over here, the north side. This is north, and then there's a courtyard in the middle, and then the south side here is the studio, and then this is the training area where we'll have the classroom in the area that bridges the two sides, and in the back is the warehouse. And in this tutorial area, I think we can get 20 seats plus the instructor. And if we can, that's going to be great because, then we would have 20 ticketed seats that people can buy. And we'll be doing stuff with Jordan, myself, other local painters, other painters from around California and the general area. And then we'll be flying people over from Europe, friends that we have all over the world that will come in and do classes at a longer, prep time where you have time to buy tickets. It won't just be like, oh, I found out next Friday so-and-so's in town.
Ghost Hunter, the courtyard's not big enough for a food truck. We were just talking about that at lunch today, actually. But we've got other ideas for.
We have a kitchen, and we're thinking about turning it into a commercial concierge kitchen and finding a local food truck type company that would love to do a menu out of that kitchen. It's big enough, so we would have a serving window cut in, and you would have a menu where you could buy food. So that's one of the plans.
How have we not talked about making it Slick Willie's?
Slick Willie's. Well, that's what it'll be called.
That's the sign.
Slick Willie's feta
sign
chili.
On the kitchen. Slick Willie's. Isaac Schaefer said, I recently had one of your 10-year-old streams show up on a search result. Jen had pink hair and Jason was my age.
Holy, that's great. Yeah, she had like the pink and purple on the blonde.
Pink hair. For a while I had dark brown hair with purple. It's been all kinds of things.
Yeah, she has done a lot of colors.
Yeah. Just pink and purple.
Oh, I guess so.
Yep.
It was just either on the blonde or the darker or...
Yep. Super Duper John said, let me know if some utilities are hiring in the Arizona area and I'll become local in a heartbeat. California is way too expensive.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
You're always welcome here, buddy. We like you. Come work for one of ours. APS, whoever the hell else there is.
SRP.
SRP.
Has DT ever been out there? I don't know who that is. Is that a miniature painter?
Who?
DT?
Dave Taylor?
Oh, Dave Taylor.
I don't know if that's who. I'm asking. I don't know.
That makes sense. Who's going to fly in, Sam or Ben? Maybe. Oh, Sinjin, I'd be down. Come on out.
See? We know a lot of people. We got this. It'll be great.
Yeah.
We have a slew of artists that I think would love to come out, and if we provide them with a really cool audience, once we get the logistics mapped out so we know we can actually put butts in seats. Mm-hmm. I don't want to commit to a lot of people to come out here and then, teach for 5 people. So we got to make sure the community rallies around the idea. I'm always very skeptical, even though I believe in it. I want to see that people put their money where their mouth is and show up and turn out. And same for artists. Artists have to actually show up to what they commit to.
Oh, we got some people here watching from Gen Con. Chuck and Jade.
Hey!
Jeff Brando said, I just told Phil to tell Chris that I like him despite little Billy's shenanigans. I'm waiting on my next Gen Con class.
Welcome, everybody. Hope the con is going great.
Blaring Hale, how do you support the dream? Are you talking about the Experience Center?
Well, we're a manufacturer.
Buy Monument Hobbies products.
So we make pro acrylic paints. So if you're not familiar with us, go check out our paints, get some reviews off the internet. So we have a long-standing company in the hobby where we make and supply retailers across the globe as well as individuals directly with our wonderful miniature-oriented painting supplies. Mm-hmm. All the stuff you've seen us use on the stream for the past 8 years has been all ours. For the past 10 years, the brushes and everything have been ours. Mm-hmm. We started making Pro Acryl 8 years ago. We started as a business 10 years ago. And it's been a crazy ride ever since. We thank everybody so much for their support. Constantly. We have a very amazing community of people who love the hobby and have really backed what we do, and it's great.
Which is why we're so excited about doing this.
Yeah, it's something Jen and I have wanted to do forever, is to have something that allowed us to work with the community on a more consistent basis than just waiting for the next convention. Directly work with the community. We'll go out to game night. Like tonight, I'll go out to Gamers Guild, and we'll roll some dice and have some fun, and there'll be some people there that I'll see that recognize us from the stream or whatever, and that's always great. But we want to have a place where people can come feel involved and have fun, roll dice, play games. I believe that one of the biggest problems in our industry is that too many of our local gaming stores don't have the ability to really guide somebody on their journey through the hobby. They have a lot of product, but if somebody's wanting to come in and build their first army, how many stores can you go to that will walk you through the units you might want to get for your first army? And so we're hoping to give somebody a complete experience. What game do you want to play? We can show you games, teach you games, then walk you through building an army after your favorite thing that you like, and then picking, paints and, kind of be a full experience. That's why we're calling it the Wargaming Experience Center, because it is everything. It will be about gaming. It will be about painting. It will be about narrative and fun nerd stuff, right? We'll have good folks who really believe and enjoy this hobby, not just, teenagers punching a clock. There may be some teenagers punching a clock, but they will know what they're doing.
Jeff Before Dishonor said, speaking of food, we're getting a Phoenix-based chain up in New York called Angie's. Is it any good?
It is good.
If it is the same Angie's that I'm thinking of, it's really good.
It's really good. It's inexpensive, fresh food.
Super fresh. It's like that's what their whole
thing
their
shtick.
Is. That's their shtick. They used to own Salad and Go, which if you've heard of that, that's now owned by their former partner. And the reason that the Angie's folks left is that their partners were looking into more, less fresh stuff. And they're like, that's not what we're doing. And so they broke off and started their own. So they have Angie's Prime, they have Angie's Lobster, they've got and then Angie's Grill. And sometimes you can get all of them in the same place. But
Yeah, I think they've started
It's very good.
rebranding to just Angie's.
Yeah.
I think they're doing the consolidation because they said, I read an article
too
that said
many.
they're branching out and doing franchises now.
yeah. So yeah, definitely check it out.
That's why
it's
you
really
can't
good.
do the burger thing anymore because it's not Angie's just burger grill. It's now just Angie's.
Yeah.
And I think you can do the burger there. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's quick. Well, it's quick when nobody knows about it.
Yeah.
As soon as it catches on, you'll wait a long time for food.
Yeah. Yeah, they do it's not a huge menu, but you can get like they have the base recipe, let's call it, and you can get it either as a salad or like a rice bowl or a burrito, I think.
Yeah.
And it's
It's good.
great. Their steak, really good. For like a fast food kind of thing. Very, very good. Who's going to Essen Spiel this year? Do we know yet?
Gabe.
Gabe.
Gabe will be at Essen with Mally and Allie.
Oh, okay. Mally and Allie are going to. Right. Yes.
Yeah, it's the
DT
week after SMC.
DT was Dave Taylor. Has Dave Taylor ever been here?
No. Not to our location here.
Droth said, every time I look at this model, I wonder what else could you possibly have left to paint? And then you just elevate it to another level.
Lots.
I mean, that's Jason.
Welcome to my hell. All the doohickeys on the model. Yeah, because right now we're just doing the metal for all the steel stuff. We still haven't really done, other than putting some shadow on the fur, all we've done is base coat stuff, right? Like all the noses have been painted black, which makes it look like I'd done something, but there's no highlight. All the fur has been dry brushed over to bring the hair back out, but none of it's been highlighted or given the final contrast. The skulls are 2-color base coats, bones are 2 colors. Most of the browns are just 1 color. So it really is just a base coat. But because we've used the one-step paints for so much of it, it looks like we've done a lot more work. It really is showing you the power of one step. It looks like I've done a whole lot more here, but we've really just base coated everything except for this steel that I'm working on now. This is the most effort I put into any of the colors on it. Oh, the skin. The skin we worked up with 2 colors. 3 technically because of the magenta wash. But the skin's the only other thing that I spent any real time on.
Jade said, big thanks to your Gen Con crew. I was welcome to paint at the booth, do demos, help answer questions. Seriously, a bucket list item for me. Absolute highlight of my Gen Con.
Awesome. Thank you for helping out, Jade. It may be a bucket list for you, but it's very meaningful for us to have community members that love to do that stuff. Sit around and talk and show other people the ropes. And...
Oh, seriously? Oh, that's awesome.
What's that?
That's what you're saying. That's what this meant. I was imagining that Jade was just hanging out painting at the booth, like kind of like at Adepticon, but she was actually like helping.
Well, I think she got a chance to like paint with other people. And...
That's rad. Someone said, is Gabe, where was that? Is Gabe the face, or is Jabe the face of Monument Hobbies now? Well, Jason is the face of Monument Hobbies. Gabe is, though, our brand manager, and he organizes all the conventions, and he designed our booth. He manages the convention crews. So he was very instrumental in our Adepticon booth, and he's leading the charge at Gen Con right now.
Yeah, he runs the Monumentals program now, and a lot of our outreach with conventionship sponsorships and things like that. So he gets to talk to the outside world a whole lot, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, Jeff Brando said I bought more War Machine today.
Ha! I am not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. What are you collecting? Multiple armies? One that you really have fallen for?
Oski, this is one of our Pro Sable brushes. So you'll be looking for the red handle brush. It's the same brush, just a different color handle. And that's what he's using right now is the Pro Sable number 4, I'm guessing.
This is a 2.
2 only, okay. Pro Sable number 2.
I was using a 4 before.
Okay. Riston Raw said, I was wanting to pick up the sepia color in the Expert Acrylic range. What should I expect when mixing it with the Noosh and one-step mediums?
Perfection.
They
work just like other paints. They're going to want to have probably a little bit of water in the mix just because, they start out as a paste acrylic, a heavy body. So you're probably going to use a little bit more moisture to get them to flow the way you want. But other than that, the Expert Acrylics work great. In all those same situations. So you can treat them overall like a regular acrylic when thinking of what you want to do with them. It's just how to get it to flow the way you want because they start thicker. So that's the only thing you really got to think about. And in a lot of cases, it's just use the same amount of medium you normally would and add a little bit more water.
Uh-oh. Super Duper John said there's some lineman openings for APS. Might be time to jump ship from gas. Your family's in Tucson, right? I mean, it just makes sense for you to just move here.
It just makes sense. We like friends.
Oh, Jade, yep, that's what she did. Helping kids, people in all parts of their painting journey, promoted MAA, posted a pic of my arm in general. The tattoos helped demo glazing real fast.
Thank you, Jade. That's awesome.
Yes, thank you. Jeff Brando said Southern Brine Vludes? Brian Vludes?
So, Brine Bloods.
Brine Bloods, oh.
The trolls.
And vampire elves.
And oh, nice. You got the House Callus
Shark
stuff.
guys.
Yeah. Brine Bloods are pirate trolls. They have sharks.
Oh, Pickman said one of my shopping ninjas got my set of Series 2 one-step today.
Nice.
So good friends.
We've heard a lot of people posting. Mission accomplished. I've seen it a lot of times.
Oh, your family's actually in Glendale, Phoenix? You went to Tucson for a friend's birthday. Okay, I mean now, so you have family in the Phoenix area, friends in Tucson. Why are you in California?
Job is what that's called.
I know. But they have jobs here. And it's more affordable to live
and
here.
much cheaper living conditions here, too.
Yaretz Tony, you are walking on a dangerous line right now. Don't you insult my Tempe Normal School. D Fresh said, what do you do if you've got condensation built up in your air compressor and hose? Take it apart and let the water evaporate?
Well, yeah, if you undo it and just lay it out, it will dry out. Do you have a moisture trap in the line someplace? Is that how you know you've got moisture? Get a moisture trap for sure if you don't have one. Just doing some really quick non-metallic. This is just all Payne's gray base, dark gray blue over the top of the Payne's gray, gray blue and white blue as a follow-up. I'm mixing them where I think I need a little bit more mid-tone brightness and then just going full punch with white blue where I want my shine to be.
Jen is a Sun Devil. Yes. I loved my experience at ASU. Black Up said, what's the reason you went with calling it petroleum brown wash instead of sepia wash?
Because it is the petroleum brown color that we make. And they are, sepia is one of those that has a lot of different connotations. Like it can look a lot of different ways depending on who you're talking to. And petroleum brown was a color that we based that off of. So, but it really is a sepia wash.
Jimbo, shipments for Wave 2 of One Step go out to local stores starting next week?
Yeah, starting this next week.
And yes, it's got a moisture trap built into the line.
So that's how you know you've got the moisture. Yeah, to get rid of the moisture, you just have to disconnect it, let it dry out. It shouldn't take very long.
Well, tomato. My dirty secret is that I haven't even opened my set one step yet.
That's a dirty secret around here. Chris would fire you.
That's what Jason says, actually. Jason thinks that U of A has the better logo.
100%.
But he said it doesn't make sense that they say bear down.
They're not smart. They're the Wildcats and they say bear down, so don't trust them because they don't teach well there, but they have a better logo. Don't get your education from there, but definitely buy the hat. If you want to rep Arizona.
I personally think the ASU has all the best logos. I love the pitchfork. I love Sparky. Love it all.
You're biased. The goldenrod and the reddish tone
Maroon.
is very deserty, and it's
Maroon
a good color scheme. But there's just something about red, white, and blue that's always just boom. It's just so primary. It just makes sense. But it doesn't fit ASU for sure. The Sparky logo is great. It's a great mascot.
Did Jason go to college? Jason went to...
All of them.
All of them.
I do not have a degree. My last college was University of Texas.
A loyalty, necessarily.
No, I don't have a college that I'm loyal to. Hook 'em horns. Piss all my Oklahoma friends off.
Sandwich Bro. Hello. Serious question.
Not a Chris insult.
I'm priming and applying Zenithal on a horse model for my mom to paint with me.
Awesome.
I used Jason's earliest advice, and the base coat is purple. Should I use an ivory Zenithal or another color like bright warm gray or pale yellow? The horse will be painted with warm brown One Step most likely.
I like taupe or something like that. Works really well. Under warm brown, any of the yellows, pale yellow, all of those work really, really well. Like I said, we talked about it a little bit the other day in regards to how to pick your shade and highlight tone when doing a zenithal. And, you just want to make sure that you have... That's starting to look really good for being so basic. It has enough detail on it that you can kind of get away with just doing outlines, and the model kind of does the work for you. When you're looking at bright colors, the other day I kind of pulled out some. I think we looked at like khaki, bright ivory, pale yellow, taupe, primer, right? Warm flesh is one you've seen me use here recently, right? And so all of these as a family of colors do provide a very similar effect if you use them as the top coat in your zenithal, because they're all, in that range of warmer whites, if you want to say that. Now, when you put them next to white, none of these are white, but they act as your white. And then you're looking at, okay, well, I have different values here, right? I have taupe and khaki that are kind of lower, darker colors. So if I use those, I'm still going to keep my reds very punchy red, my yellows very punchy yellow, my browns are going to be nice and warm. They still have enough warmth to them to do the job, but they're not going to brighten your color too much. They're going to keep it in kind of a mid-tone highlight range. So this is something something that works really well if your expectation is to then go back and do like a bright dry brush or a bright edge highlight. These work really well. These other three in the middle are brighter, and so they make the color you put over the top of them if you're doing one step or a glaze, then they make that color brighter, but still keep it very warm, right? Between pale yellow and bright ivory and the warm flesh, they're still going to keep the colors very punchy if they're warm colors. If you do like blues or blue-black over them, then you get that greenish kind of hue because there's enough yellow. Maybe not for taupe. Taupe doesn't have as much yellow in it. But for the other ones, you have a lot of yellow content, so it can kind of green out blue. So these are really meant for more warmth in the color. If you want to do this with cool colors, then gray blue, white blue, bright pale green, even things like that would take the place. But you have a whole family of colors here that if you ever see me painting with pale yellow, and you don't have pale yellow, but you have warm flesh, or you have bright ivory, you can use all of those, and they will give you very, very similar effects. So because they're all in a yellowish tone as a bright highlight, and then they accent the color you put over the top of them. Similarly, not exactly the same. They will have nuances to them, right? There's more of a peachy tone to warm flesh, so more of a kind of an orangey than the greeny of khaki as you see them here together, the more darker yellow of the pale yellow, and then the brighter yellow feel of bright ivory or bright pale yellow or bright yellow ochre or something like that. And then taupe is a little bit more like a bone or a brownish tone, grayish, right? So you can choose any of these. And if you're doing a horse in warm brown, all of them would look cool. And if you were doing an army with a lot of horses, you might even vary and use more of these across the army, like two. Maybe you do taupe and warm flesh. They're different enough that now when you did warm brown over the top of your horses, you'd have two different kind of browns, right? So that's kind of the way I think about it all the time.
Sandwich Bro said, the only one I have is pale yellow, so pale yellow it shall be.
There you go.
Excited to get more paints for my birthday as well.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Over on TikTok, we have Stachio said, come a long way since testers and lead/pewter minis.
Yes. Trust me. You know, I had a few bottles of testers and the enamel was always horrible. Fought that forever. It was like rattle can and like testers rattle can, even before they had Model Masters, and then enamel paints and lacquer thinner, and then eventually the first acrylics that were not like just cheap tube acrylics that I ever used were the Tamiya acrylics. And they are kind of a hybrid alcohol base, so they had to have their own thinner and didn't work great. So it's just always a hassle as a kid growing up. It's like, what is going on? You know, why is painting so hard? These guys make it look so easy. And I didn't even have the internet. I'm just looking at old dudes painting in the hobby shop. And, you know, and then eventually it was like, okay, now we finally have products made for our hobby. And that makes things a lot better. But now it just opens your mind into, okay, what am I supposed to do with these now? Well, what are all the techniques? What are all the things in the magic that I can weave when the paint, you know, gets out of my way and just works? And that's what Pro Girl's about. Creating a paint that just gets out of your way and lets you work, lets you play.
Theorig738 on YouTube, is taupe akin to dark ivory?
Similar but different. Not as much yellow in taupe. Taupe is more of a tan or beige. You know, it's in that realm of that world. So it's like if you put gray into ivory.
Musty Bugbear convinced a buddy at Gen Con to grab me set to one step while he was there today. Now the wait for him to return home.
Awesome. Good friends you people have. Finding the people who can fight through Gen Con and actually have the patience to go sit at a booth they may not even want to be at and buy you stuff is worth a bottle of whatever their favorite drink is.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you that right now. So treat them well, because that is not to be expected.
Over on TikTok, 2-Ton Tom said, it gets out of your way and into your belly. Pro Acryl is by far the best tasting range.
I will hunt you down.
We say, don't eat the paint.
Do not eat the paint.
Paint, not food. On your models, not for your models, not for your mouth.
It's for your models, not for your mouth. That's one of the ads we ran once.
Yeah.
For your models, not your mouth. We have created a worldwide phenomenon with the donate the paint. We have this, vocal minority on the internet that's like, they tell you not to eat the paint because it's poisonous, right?
Some people don't get the joke.
Yeah, it's like, why do you have to tell people to not eat the paint?
Like, it's not because when we first did our first donate the paint ad. People were like, oh, someone had a lawsuit. Someone got sued.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, there were so many people that were like, oh, tell us about the lawsuit. Like, there's no lawsuit. We literally are having fun.
Gus, the regular guy, are you guys in on this together? Gus said he can have a little paint as a treat. No. Big Mike Wood heading out to have dinner with the wife. Have a great one.
Hey, Mike, have a great weekend.
Hanging out.
We'll get in touch on like Monday or something and figure out that whole thing for when you're here.
Yep.
Big Mike Wood is a new sales person here at Monument
New member
Hobbies.
of the Monument team.
He is part of the team and coming down on the early August to be indoctrinated to get the implant. We didn't tell him about that part yet, so we don't want to scare him, but
hopefully he's gone by now and didn't hear that part. We like to break it to people in person.
Yeah, oh yeah. After we've applied
Come into this room.
After we put the straps on. After they're strapped to the table. That's usually when we let them know. Hey, what's this about? Wait, what? Handcuffs?
Yeah, it gets confusing, especially when you have the Pro Grill floating around. No such thing. Snowblinky wants to know when the Mega Set is going to be available for the UK.
Boy, I wish I could tell you. We keep talking about it, and it sounds like such a stupid reason. It could be available in the UK tomorrow. We need to find a way to package it correctly. It doesn't come in like a big box, but on the website, it uses a bundling system that checks stock of the individual sets to make it real, and we have to get that implemented over there. So that's a thing, and the system that we use does not have an equivalent system for the European Union and the way that VAT and everything is applied to the product. So it messes up the pricing when we show it. So we got to do some work there. But if you contact support at monumenthobbies.com, and tell them that you're in the EU and you would like to buy a Mega Set.
UK.
In the UK?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they can ship it from the EU. Oh, boy, that costs a lot, though.
Yeah.
Holy, because that goes over the 150 pounds sterling. So I would contact somebody like Element and say, hey, I'm looking to buy all these Monument Hobby things. Give me a coupon.
Yeah, I mean, you're spending a lot of money with them, so
give me a coupon.
Do that. Tom on TikTok, thank you. Tom said, in all seriousness, I love the range, and I'm lucky to have it available at my LGS.
Thank you.
Where's your LGS? Give them a little shout out so we know. And a question from Two-Ton Tom on TikTok. That's a lot of T's. I love it. Love the alliteration. I recently got into bolt action. What is a good color for an olive drab?
I do all of my drabs with like camo green and khaki. You can mix the camo green and the khaki together and get a really nice drab, and then faded green and the khaki has a highlight. So between the camos and khaki, you can get whatever you like, because olive drab has a very big broad range of how much you want the brownishness to it. Some people like a lot, some people like it to be more of the olive green. For me in particular, I like a little bit more brown, kind of like the jacket olive, I call it, that was like more of the Commander's War, the bomber jacket kind of olive. That's what I think of. But either way, the camo green and khaki mixed together will give you a great representation of that, because khaki is kind of a desaturated yellow that will drag that green down more into that olive drab. We have a drab brown that you could take the drab brown and put greens in it to your liking too, if you feel like that's a better start for you, if you like a lot of brown.
Stan said, Element won't. Ask me how I know. Maybe try
Oh.
Wayland. We've got folks watching us who are patrons of Flip a Coin Games in Mansfield, Texas.
Awesome. Welcome.
Swords and Spoons in California, Maryland.
Awesome. California and Maryland.
Yeah.
Somebody has a family member that lives on the East Coast. That's how that happens. You know, that's why Games Workshop was originally based out of Maryland, because somebody's grandmother lived there.
Really?
Somebody from the UK had like
Yeah.
a relative,
Like, oh, well, we know that place.
a
'cause
mother-in-law
we've been there
or
to visit
something.
Grandma.
Yeah, they have to go to visit grandma, and so that's why Games Workshop was in Maryland to begin with.
LT's Hobbies in Flint, Michigan. Roundtable Games in Columbus, Ohio. Awesome. I love
Love
the
to hear
store
it.
shout-outs.
Thank you, everybody, and definitely thanks for the shout-outs.
We love our FLGS partners.
Can't do without them. They're heroes.
Yeah.
They provide you with the tables and the place to hang out and the product to purchase and hopefully some good knowledge on how to game and have fun with all this stuff.
Oh, Yaret's Tony said, wait, what's out of California, Maryland? That's just down the road. Just someone on TikTok saying that their local
no,
store...
you said California, Maryland is a city in Maryland?
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea. I thought you meant they had a store in California and one in Maryland.
No, California, Maryland.
Oh, well, then my story made no sense what I was talking about.
Oh.
No sense at all. I was like, I thought you had like one on each coast, and I was like, somebody's got a relative there. That's how that happens, because somebody from California has to go to Maryland or vice versa.
Yaret's Tony, this store is called Swords and Spoons. And Two Ton Tom said that they carry protocol there. So check them out. Right next to Hollywood, Maryland, which is an actual town right next to California. What? Now I feel like you're not telling the truth.
I feel like there's an identity crisis going on someplace here.
One day I will convince the Warhammer store to carry Pro Krill. Oh, good luck with that.
So you want to know what's funny? You know what's funny? Is we just became a Games Workshop dealer. That's what's funny. And they were excited about it. The people at Games Workshop were like, oh, we love your stuff. I use your paint all the time. It was funny. These are the inside sales team. So it was really great to have that conversation. And we have to continue it this next week. But yeah, we got all of our application filled out and approved, and we're a Games Workshop dealer now for the storefront. Isn't that crazy?
Game Haven, Paragon, Ganda, Gajo Games, and MRS Hobbies in Salt Lake City. We do have a lot of...
We have a lot in the
of stores
Utah
in
area.
Yep. They were one of the first areas that had multiple stores that carried our line.
Yep, lots of really good old partners in Utah. Gajo is where I believe Malev hangs out
Oh, okay.
a lot of times. I think he works with a lot of stores up there, but
We will not be selling GW paint. The town is named after the state. Someone moved back east and named their farm California Estates.
he's got a lot of steel on him. As I noticed that my paintbrush doesn't have as much paint on it, Like I'm having to push harder to get more brightness. So now what I want to do is rather than go put more paint on the brush, I want to use it for areas where I don't want full brightness on the white blue. I just want to be able to catch edges like this that run into the shadows and be able to do kind of call it a faded highlight line on them. Because if the brush doesn't have as much color on it, it can't deposit as much color on the model, and now's the perfect time to hit the areas where you don't want as much color on them. Make sense? So you can still use the brush load even when it's agitating you because it's not giving you all the color you want. It's still good for other areas, especially when doing things like non-metallic metal, when not everything has to be ultra bright. But sometimes it's very hard to manage moving from ultra bright to medium tone color, and you don't want to mix. So just use the brush as it starts to lose paint intensity because it's running out of paint on it to do those other edges.
Stan, that's hilarious. Stan said, just spent about 10 minutes looking for a Terminator head, and I just found it super glued to my arm.
Oh my God. So the other day, there was a bit, kind of like that. It was a bit of a model that I was trying to put together. One of these, as a matter of fact, maybe not this guy, but one of the arm from this army, and it was one of the antler horn bit things. And I found them, I had them, I grabbed the model to bring it in here to repair it, and I laid out these two bits that were like sitting on the ground. Oh no, it was these. It was this model. It was these little forked pieces.
Okay.
Those little forked pieces had busted off.
Okay.
So on both sides, there's these two forked pieces, right? And those had busted off. I found them. They were in the box from the guy that sent these to me. Uh-huh. And so I had them in there, and I brought them in here, and I set them on the paper. And there was some other broken stuff here, the spears and some other things that were broken off. So I was gluing it all back together. And Jose had come in to bring the set two, the set two for one stepping. And so we were talking, and I laid my arm on the table. And when I lifted it up and I was talking to him, and in my mind, you could tell there was a piece of something stuck to my, like a gunner, a piece of plastic or something dug in my skin, because there's always debris on the table, right? It dug in your hand. And so as I'm talking to him, I just went and wiped my hand off to get the thing off. And then my brain went, no! And I looked back, and there was only one of them on the table now. No. And I was like, you have to understand our carpet here is gray and black in a dark room, and it's this little bitty thing. I mean, look, there's my pinky fingernail behind it. It's tiny. It's this tiny little thing, and now it's on the floor, I think. And I'm like, oh, God. So I start cursing. Jose and I get down hands and knees, and we're picking like this. And I was like, if that thing's gone, I swear that's like one of the most, it's the most inconsequential but most important parts of the model because it's on his head. And, if you're looking at the antlers on the head and one side didn't have this thing on it, it's like, well, now he looks lopsided, and I can't really just sculpt that easily. And I was wanting to paint it on stream that day, and it was just, and Jen is laughing because she knows exactly how I am. I'm now like, gosh dang it, how come nothing works right? I'm not going to be able to paint this damn thing.
You did not say gosh dang it. Trust me.
And so I was like, bruh. I was like, you know what? After we looked and we didn't find it, and it was like 15 minutes, and the stream was about, Chris is laughing at us, and Jose's laughing at me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to, on the off chance, I'm going to go look at where I had the pieces originally to see, right, if I maybe just forgot to bring it over here, right? And I went over there, and sure enough, it was out there.
Oh, so it wasn't really stuck to your
arm. Think I wiped it off, and it teleported back where it started. Just to waste my time looking on the floor. That's my headcanon. I know that the parts have a mind of their own, and it, instead of landing on the floor, teleported back either through time or just over there and was laughing at me the whole time. While Jose's laughing at me, Chris is laughing at me, you're probably laughing at me, you don't even know why. Oh, yeah, just respawn back at the beginning. Yeah. That's what I said. And then it was over there, and I was like, But it's weird how you can get so stressed about these little bitty things because it's like they're so important, but they're not. Yeah. It's not like life-threatening that I didn't have that thing, but at the end of the day, it's like, but holy mackerel, I really just want to paint this model. And it's, that's
Jordan,
simple.
I don't remember what it was that he dropped, but he dropped something one day. You were gone somewhere, and it was just me and Jordan. and he dropped something, and we were both like laying down on the ground to get it eye level with our phones, like flashlights, and trying to find it. It's the stuff blends into this. It's a wild pattern. Not a wild pattern. It's like a
well, it's a checkerboard.
Yeah, it's like a checkerboard.
It's like a checker. It's like a weave, like a basket weave of gray and dark gray. And so it is already visually disruptive as hell. And then you put tiny gray pieces on it and you're just doomed. One of the hardest things is the cap for the airbrush.
That's what it was, Punisher. That's what it was.
What?
Jordan dropped the cap for the airbrush.
Yeah, it's the airbrush nozzle cap. Yeah. He does it all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Even though it's chrome, it's super hard to find. That's why you get your phone out and do it, because it'll reflect and shine on it.
It's like gray and black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so hard. So hard. Yeah, see, Shailene, I will cry out of frustration too. I'll just be, I hate my life. Over an inconsequential piece of a thing. Notice how just adding the white blue, this is the part that we try to train people on very often, is you see this now as metal, but it's the same thing as this without the white blue. That all we've done here is white blue. But one coat of paint.
Step different.
And you're just little bitty areas of white blue makes this look like this. And that's the part of the trust the process for non-metallic metal that gives people the most headaches, because they have the hardest time moving from this to this, because you're afraid to make the jump from a dull set of colors that are really just mid-tone, there's no highlight really here, to white, basically. And that's the step we're at. And so if you can't get your brain wrapped around this, your metal will start to look dull, because you'll go from this to the next brighter color, to the next brighter color, to the next brighter color. You'll have maybe a smooth blend between your transit, but it'll never give you the contrast of a shiny surface. And so in order to get that shine, you have to pick a spot to take a jump that seems very scary in some cases, from mid-tone to bright, in order to get something that appears like it's actually shiny metal.
Tech Elf, happy Friday to you. Happy Friday to everyone watching us on Twitch or YouTube or Kick or Facebook or TikTok. We do this every Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. Arizona time. If you have any questions about miniature painting, about what Jason is doing, or just general questions, type them in chat and we will answer them. And when I say that, I mean I will read it and Jason will answer it. LinkedIn soon. Hashtag soon. Music bingo again tonight. I went home and immediately Googled music bingo near me.
Oh, did you?
Yes. And there's that place, the Casual Pint, right on 16th Street. They do it on Wednesdays. Mackenzie's Midtown Tavern does it on Thursdays.
Oh, up by Missouri or whatever it is. Or not Missouri.
Like Camelback. Highland.
South Camelback.
Highland.
Highland, yeah, Highland. How funny. I forgot we talked about that.
Yes, have not made any definitive plans to go, but have definitely talked about it with some of my friends. Very excited. Someone asked that last week, Bazinga, what Jason's skincare routine is.
What are you talking about? My skincare routine is
random question. I said he basically will maybe like splash water on his face.
Like I wake up and you're lucky if I splash any more water other than taking a shower on my face. I don't understand.
He's just naturally blessed with youthful looking skin.
What are you talking about? I am an old wrinkly man.
You are not wrinkly.
I have my scowl wrinkles because I've been doing this my whole life in disappointment. Yeah.
So to recap this metal workup, 1-step blue black, then white blue layering highlights.
Oh, that's right. I used 1-step blue black on this, didn't I? I said I did Payne's gray because that was what I was going to do, but then I used 1-step blue black. Yeah, so it's 1-step blue black. Then it's dark gray blue. I use some gray blue mixed with dark gray blue. I think I should have just used like white blue mixed with dark gray blue, but I used gray blue mixed with dark gray blue and then white blue over the top. So it's really simple.
He does not moisturize with Pro Acryl. Both Meeple and Mo are saying that Chris probably gave you those lines on your forehead.
Oh, they were here way before Chris. Chris has made my hair turn more gray.
Oh, it was I was like, what were we looking at that had where your hair was really dark, and it was that passport photo.
Oh yeah, my old passport photo. But that was from 2016, I think. Oh no.
No, it was before.
Maybe 2011. It might have been a 10-year past 2012, I think, because it was a 10-year thing, and it expired 2022.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was before. Before I knew ya.
42. My beard just had 2 gray skunk lines at the chin. That was it.
Stan said, can I qualify for saying Chris 8 hours a week is also the cause of my hair graying?
He probably would love that.
Telemachus is requesting more sultry man stare.
There's a button for it, isn't there?
Is there?
I thought he had made a man stare. Solo main talent, black and white. He may have made like a macro on his end that he didn't expose to anybody.
Oh. Yeah, I don't see anything. Beard Sign said the workup Jason mentioned for the non-metallic was over the red oxide and taupe prime.
Not taupe, warm flesh on this.
Warm flesh. Red oxide, warm flesh.
Yeah, red oxide, warm flesh. It's this is the base for this whole army.
Oh, those are the ones that you did last.
Yeah, this is the ones that we did last Friday.
Yeah.
When you were here.
Yep.
This was our marathon of get him on the table.
Yep.
And so the whole rest of the army still looks like this.
Yeah.
the Lord of the Hunt keeps getting more paint on him. The rest of these sorry saps still look like this. But yeah, it's warm flesh with a dry brush of white as the highlighting. I got the extreme version of this model. It's on my desk, but it's in a bunch of pieces.
Oh. Five Tyrants on TikTok. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome in. Are the Bears taking the field tonight?
Oh, I think so. I really like this army, so I feel like I want to continue to try to play it to learn it more. Although I want to do that with all of them. The problem is that I have this severe case of, ooh, that's nice, bright and shiny. So I could literally take, what I need to do is get a case for every model or every army, put them all in a small case, and then just randomly close my eyes and grab a case, just not label them, and have somebody else mix them up before every Friday. Like have you go mix them all up and then just grab one and take them.
Have each case numbered and then just draw numbers.
Oh, that could be, yeah. Do something fun like that. Because right now I'm just trying to get back into the swing of playing. It's being very difficult for me because I'm a little bit upset with certain things that I haven't been playing in a while. So like when I played Jordan last week, I was like, oh my God, this army's abusive, the one he was playing. And then the more you think about it, you're like, it is, and they've overtuned it, and it'll get buffed, or it'll get nerfed and to some extent when they're done releasing the stuff, I believe. But I'm still at the point where I have to remember that I'm struggling with just getting back into the hang of playing games in general. Because I haven't been playing in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
At a point where I can be, competitive, casually competitive, I would call it. Because we're not trying to stomp each other's guts when we're out there doing it. But we want to, I think all of us, including Chris, are the kind of people that are like, we want to make sure we're playing a game that is both competitive enough to make it worth our opponent's time and competitive enough that we might have a chance to do some winning, right? I think that's fair to say. That's kind of what wargaming is about. It doesn't mean you have to be a win-at-all-cost player and play like heavy meta influence stuff. But I'm just not at the point where I am back into the flow of the game enough to feel confident in my decision making. And then I run into like hard stuff like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do with this?
Meeple, Jen does not play War Machine. Jen does not really play any games.
She retired undefeated.
Yeah, I am undefeated.
She played one live on stream back when we used to do that. She played Arena Rex live on stream and kicked my ass.
My very first one was
Malifaux.
And then I also played Monster.
One at Malifaux. I don't remember what gang she played, but
here's the thing. I couldn't tell you a single rule or even any memory of any of those experiences. And I played Monster Apocalypse.
Yeah.
The Arena Rex one, I do remember though that I was looking, was cards, right? There were cards, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, if I do this and this, doesn't that push you into that big pit?
And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I had one character left and she had two. It was my heaviest duty character, and I was very confident that I had this in the bag. And she was reading the special abilities on her character's cards, and her two characters had a combo that I hadn't seen. That if they're within range of each other and one does this, the other one gets to do a free action. And then with two of them ganging up on me, I got pushed back enough to go into a spike pit and die, and she wins. But it was just so funny. She goes, I think if I do this, it lets me do this, and I win. And I'm like, no way. And then I read the cards, and I look at the camera because it was live, and chat's going crazy. And I'm like, God dang it. I was like, how did you see that? And I didn't see that.
That something similar happened with Monster Apocalypse, too.
Mom Pac was the same thing. It's like, and to the point where she was like, you had to have let me win. I was like, no, I just didn't have any idea it did that. You know?
Because it was his first time playing both. Question from Hive Tyrant on TikTok. I have a problem with picking only vibrant colors. How do I control myself?
Well, I mean, first off, there's nothing wrong with that.
I love vibrant colors.
It can become a way to express kind of your style. If you, though, are trying to do like, grimdark, then it's going to preclude you from getting some more realistic and, militaristic war game style work done. So in order to temper it, I think you just have to actively think about, what you're doing as you're picking your colors. It's not bad to have vibrant colors on models.
I think I probably paint everything in vibrant colors.
Yeah. Yeah, she starts with vibrant colors and will detune them as needed, because you still have to shadow your vibrant colors. They still need a shadow and a midtone and all that. And so by creating your shadows and your midtones, it allows you to create a little less monotony. Vibrancy can become very monotonous. It really, saturation is what we're calling about, and a combination of it. But if you're dealing with really bright, vivid colors, there can be an issue where you just have too much, and I call it clown suit, because it's just too much. What's going on? It's too many patches of green and yellow. It's that primary color thing. But if you're blending them together, I always show Jen's tiger, because this little model is all very high saturation, vibrant colors. But the way it's done is you get this kind of desaturation in the blends between like the purple and the magenta, and then the magenta and the orange, where you get these hybrid colors going on. And then the saturation and vibrancy of the model is not as eye exploding. It just lets those colors be what they want to be, which is really interesting, right? And so you can blend and shade and get those desaturated tones in for darkness, and, grays on the white and darker purples and magentas and things like that. And then your vibrancy can work really cool. You could do this entire scheme on even the tiger stripes on like Space Marines, and it would be absolutely awesome. And it wouldn't look clown suit on the table if you do it right. You can still weather it. You can still put scratches and dents and dings on it. It doesn't preclude you from still making it, cool, and I won't say hyper realistic, because I don't think any Space Marines would wear those colors, but it still lets you get away with a lot of things and can be really cool. So first off, don't think you're wrong for liking to paint with those bright colors. But if you want to temper it a little bit, then just start doing so. Just start picking some other colors to paint with. When you start from dark colors, you start with like a black primer on everything. That can sometimes help you because it puts you in a situation where your first coat is always going to be more desaturated and always feel like it's a little bit drearier, if you will.
TK wants to know what the August challenge is. Has it been announced yet?
Oh, I haven't heard it.
No. And Gabe is gone right now, so...
And he may have told Chris, but obviously we don't know that today.
We are not privy to that information.
They don't tell us anything.
Stan said, Jen, not trying to pressure you into painting again. Just a question. When Jason shows off that model, do you get the urge to pick up a model and start painting? Yes, I definitely want to paint. And the problem is that I've kind of tried to be painting something to complement that tiger, and it's not working out the way I've envisioned it in my mind. So I get a little stuck. So I probably need to paint something that's not anything like that.
Well, especially with long breaks in between. Yeah. It's always hard to come back
years ago I painted that.
and say, okay, I'm going to finish this army I started 4 years ago. You know, it's tough. It really is. It creates a situation where you're like, I don't even remember how I did this. The brush doesn't feel the same in my hand. Yeah. You know, you can have all sorts of things.
I do go too long in between painting probably. But, you know, we're opening a new experience center. And I think that it would be a place where I might feel more inspired to paint more regularly.
I'm excited for you for that. Yeah. She was at lunch saying, I want to be more involved.
Yeah.
Retirement is boring. I think you're finding some of that out.
I am finding that out. Yes.
I can't imagine.
I'm very grateful. Very grateful. I don't want it to sound like I'm not grateful that I have this opportunity, but I need to find things to do with my time. I can't just sit on my couch all day.
No.
That's not my style.
And you're very creative. She's doing some really other cool paintings, though, too. Like she, I don't know if you follow Jen on her Instagram, but she does a photo a day that she's been doing all year. She's got over 200.
Not missed today.
She's over 200 straight days of putting a photo up.
Yesterday was 211, I think.
And a lot of times it's the dogs or where she went for lunch or whatever, the outside of her Pilates place or whatever. But sometimes she does like one of the last week she did one where she had done this span in a book that she has of watercolor paper where she did these cactuses, and they were just gorgeous. They were just neat. They were cartoony, colorful cactuses, but done really nice,
realistic.
But they were done really cool. It was a cool whimsical watercolor.
Yeah, that's my watercolor style, is whimsy.
Yeah, it was great. I get inspired looking at her because I'm just like, oh, she's stepping out and doing some really creative things, not getting stuck in a, because a lot here lately I've been painting armies, and my armies are like the same colors over and over and over again. 50 million miles of whatever non-metallic I chose to do on this guy, or this armor, or that armor, or edge highlighting for 17 million days, and I forget to get creative. Mm-hmm. I forget to try something new, to do something fun, and put some whimsy into whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah.
I don't paint with a lot of whimsy, but it doesn't mean that you can't still have that whimsical inspiration that goes on that drives you to even paint like a realistic tank. You could still put something like we did on that one where we painted the camel on the toe. It's just those kind of whimsical inspirations that come up, and you've beaten. For those of you who don't know, we had a lot of fun with this guy. We were painting a tank and just showing people how to weather and do military style painting for scale modeling, where you get more realism in it. You're not looking at really bright colors. You're looking at desaturating, sun faded, oxidized, yada yada yada, and then still have some fun, right? And we painted a camel toe, so right. So it's just kind of fun. So you can have fun inspiration from that, and I think you have to train your brain to want to go into those realms to remember that you can have fun with what you're doing, even when it's like, oh my god, I got to get this army done for the tournament this weekend. It's like you can still have fun with it.
Musa, this is Miyamoto. Thank you. I'm very happy that you enjoy my brush scoop.
Awesome. What's the question about One Step and EEU?
Yes. Will it be available in the EU in August as well?
A week after, I believe it's a week after, on the 19th is when we're planning on making it available there. It won't start shipping until the 24th. We're making it available during the EU's off time.
Vacation, yeah.
And then when they get back, so you'll be able to buy it for like 4 or 5 days before it actually ships, because we want to make sure you have access to it. And then they'll start shipping as soon as they're back from vacation over there. You EU guys and all your 6-week vacation time.
We work all the time here. Hive Tyrant said, I cannot get non-metallic metal for the life of me. I always end up screwing the orientation of realistic lighting. It's challenging until you get it. And then that one time you get it, you're like, oh my God, it makes so much sense. Do you have any tips for that?
Tons, right?
Yeah.
We talk about it all the time. I'm doing it right now. Being able to remember that, your lighting direction, whether you pick a lighting direction or not. I haven't picked a dramatic lighting direction on this guy, right? Our lighting is coming from the left side over here. That's all there is. So I'm looking at this side of the model and painting a light on it. This side of the model can, get bent. And the reality is just paint your highlights like you would normally. That's all I'm doing here, but I'm making bigger jumps in contrast, right? I'm putting a bright edge on what is a very dark surface still. And that's what's giving the shine. And just keep it all familiar part to part. So if I highlight the left side of one part of the model, I need to first look at highlighting the left side of every part of the model just to keep my light from the same direction. So on these spear tips, or these are not tips, these are actually the butt ends of the spear. I'm just going in and putting a little bit of highlight around these areas here. Just a thin outline, and then hitting this rivet or whatever this peg is in the middle. And then I'm coming back and saying, okay, the brightness would be kind of right here. So I'll make a pinpoint, right? To brighten that up, same up here, kind of do a dot where I would want it to be brighter along that edge. And that acts as a reflection spot on this shape, and you drag it out into the surface a little bit. So it's not just thickening the line, it's actually almost a perpendicular spot into your edge highlight. And that acts as a shine. And then like I did down here, what I'll do is I'll drag that now down to the tip out of that bright spot that I created. Now we'll bring that very easy. You can see I'm very hesitant because I want the line to be very thin. So just kind of coming down here like so. And then a little bit heavier at the tip. And now I create that shine that follows the shape. But I'm setting up my highlight the same way I would with anything else. Highlighting the side of the model that would get the light, and then brightening it up with a much brighter paint than I would normally do for any other material, and then finishing it with, a little bit of thickness on the point to really keep that feeling of reflection going. But all of this is what I was talking about earlier, which is being unafraid to jump from a mid-tone color to basically a white. That's what you're seeing me do here.
Snow Blinky, I am so sorry. I saw that question earlier, and I think we were talking about something else, and I completely forgot to go back to it. Snow Blinky is thinking of using One Step Royal Purple to paint Tyranids. What do you recommend to undercoat?
Ooh, I like purple with pale yellow. It looks good. But believe it or not, white blue works really great for the purple. There's a ton. It's the same. I've said many times, if you want to have a really good, kind of 50,000 foot silver bullet answer, putting in, since you're painting with purple, you don't want to undercoat with a purplish color, really. But pale yellows underneath all the one-step colors look great. Obviously, like the blues will get a little bit green with the yellow, depending on how much of the yellow you use. Bright pale yellow keeps that from happening as much. But bright pale yellow, bright ivory, those kind of colors underneath purple, bingo. Because that yellow brings that reddishness in the purple and keeps it there. white desaturates everything into more of a pastel version of itself. So if you just highlight with black and white, you're going to get the most contrast, but the color you put over the white, when it gets to its highlights, is going to be a little bit more desaturated. That can look great on purples. I don't have a good example here, other than the dark purple one itself. Oh, I don't even see it up here. But well, maybe I have it on here. Which one of these is dark purple? It's hard to see. They're in the shadows. That's not it. This has got to be it. No, that's not it. I swore that one was it, but it turned out being black. Okay, here we go. So this is just over white, right? And they're scratched up because we've been handling these test models now for a while. But, over white, you can see that it just gives you a little bit more of a desaturated version of itself as it gets into the highlights, but it still looks really good. It still gives you the purple. So there's no reason not to just underpaint with black and white, and you can get a really good combo. Had you used like a pale yellow, this would be a more intense and punchy purple, though, in those highlights. It doesn't just become a faded version of itself as it gets brighter. It actually retains some of that color, and the purple has blue and red in it, and so it would punch a little bit of that warmth out. So I'm a big fan of pale yellow, bright pale yellow, things like that. For the shadow, you can just do either Payne's Gray or black. Those work great.
Zerg Killer, I'm painting Custodes. I'm having trouble using rich gold. My brush keeps drying out, but when I add water, it makes the paint separate. Do you have any advice?
You just got to find the in-between dampness that works, right? Because that's the issue, is that you're overloading it with water if it's paint separating. You just have to get used to what the right moisture value on your brush is. The metallics, they shouldn't, number one, they shouldn't just be like drying out. I mean, they will dry if you have a lot of them on there and no moisture on your brush. So it feels like you're painting with one, with your brush either way too dry or way too wet. And in between is the right choice, right?
Can you move up just a little bit? We can't
see
what you're doing.
I rotated the model probably.
All right. Rich Slocum. I'm starting to use only the Rogue set of colors for my everyday palette. I have the white and black brush on primers already. Can I use them for tinting and shading my mixes?
100%.
Yep.
The whole CMYK thing is based around, having the cyan, magenta, yellow, and then your chroma layer, which is your white and black for contrast. The thing I will tell you is that black and white desaturate your colors. Black moves colors to gray and then black, and so they start losing their saturation and their vibrancy together. And same with white, it moves it to pastels like we just talked about. So there's a world where we teach chromatic blacks. You can use something like Payne's Gray as a mix for that. Something like a dark purple that you can mix into those colors to get a shadow tone for them as well. Even dark browns, a lot of it depends on what color you're mixing to anyway. If you're mixing an orange, putting in a darker brown as a shadow works really well rather than black, right? But black works well. You just have to temper it because, like I said, it'll move your color towards gray and you'll wind up losing a lot of the punch of the color if you're not careful.
Awesome. Black Sheba. Hi, everyone. I am back to the hobby.
Awesome.
Love to hear that. Any tips on painting a cold yellow armor in a snowy setting? Is it better to use a dark purple or dark teal? I'm afraid that using teal makes the yellow look greenish. And for specular lights, does it make sense to use a grayish light blue? Maybe the first one first.
Okay, so
cold yellow armor in a snowy setting. Dark purple or dark teal?
So having yellow in a cold setting typically makes me want to start with something like a purple undertone, but green works really well there too because it gives you, a cooler, like when I'm talking about non-metallic gold, we just did it the other day when we talked about using yellow-green, and creating something like this makes the yellow seem less warm But you can imagine if you were to use, purples or Payne's gray or something like that. Payne's gray has enough blue to it that if you're not careful in the mixes with the yellow, you wind up getting a little bit of greenish in there anyway, and so you have to be careful with that. But if you're using like a teal or a jade or something like that, or you're thinking about that, then that might not be bad. But having the shadows be something that trend towards a very dark, like that chromatic black using Payne's gray is always good, because blue is uh, equated to being a very cold color. And so if you can have the shadows feel cooler, then a lot of times that helps the top color. And you don't have to worry so much about the color of yellow you're using. You just use whatever yellow you're comfortable with, but run it into that kind of seafoam color into the shadows. And I think that you may not be able to envision it, but something like this within like a blue wash into the crevices would be what I'm talking about. Now, the other one was for specular highlights to do what now?
Yes. For specular lights, does it make sense to use a grayish light blue?
Is this a shiny yellow, or are we still talking about the yellow here? Help me understand where the spot highlights that you're talking about are coming from. Because of reflective surfaces? Because if you're doing a shiny yellow, like shiny yellow armor in the snow, that's a totally different deal, right? Because you're reflecting a lot of gray from the snowy gray sky. Unless it's, sunny out. But I assume that's not the case. So then you want to tint and tone with grays to drag your yellows into the grays. But I may be misinterpreting what you're trying to do.
Waiting for more detail. Thank you for all of these questions, everyone. If I've missed any, please type it again. We want to get your questions answered. It is 3:51.
Whoa.
I know. Who's all going to game night tonight? Do you know?
I don't know. Chris said he's coming
Philip
late.
Are both gone, so.
Chris said he's coming late. Phil and Gabe are gone. So I don't really know.
Maybe
I would
Jordan?
assume Jordan,
Yeah.
but I haven't spoken to anybody. Nobody tells me anything.
Rude. Black Sheep said yes, a shiny high-tech armor.
For the yellow. Then, like I said, you might want to go back a step into the talk about the yellow armor and realize that the yellow with a high-tech, shiny yellow is going to reflect a lot of the color of the environment, which on a snowy day is going to be whites and grays, right? And so reflecting whites and grays into the yellow is kind of your answer for the other question, right? Is that you want to make sure that you're putting a lot of your highlights towards those desaturated yellows. But then for the specular highlights, I think, again, bright grays, whites instead of, or, white blue like I'm using now would work pretty well. Just be careful with pulling too much color into those if you're trying to give the idea of snowy day. Unless you have a lot of light, like neon lights or something, and your high-tech, neon world kind of a feel going on.
Super Duper John said, wait 5 hours and I can get there. I mean, he'll still be there in 5
Super
hours.
Duper, I will be there in 5 hours. But I don't think you want to just drive out for game night. It'll be too late to do anything except Denny's at the end, so make sure you want pancakes and late night eggs.
Jimbo, that's not happening.
I'm very happy
Maybe
with that. That really makes the model start coming alive.
It looks great. I'm not surprised that it looks great.
It just has enough detail to it with all the cut-ins that it gives us some pretty good contrast on the model. Now everything else looks really dull. When you don't have but one or two coats of paint on everything else, when you start doing non-metallic metal, it makes you go, oh, the rest of my model looks kind of like ass right now.
No, definitely not.
It's where you realize you're still in the garbage stage. Your color scheme for Custodes is a solar watch, which uses a cream-colored armor. Yeah. Which off-white paint do you recommend? I use dark ivory as a test model, and it seems a little too cool. Yeah, dark ivory is more of a grayish tone. You lose a lot of the warmth with it. I would say probably starting with something in the like drab brown range. You might have to go darker. You might have to go into dark golden brown. Into drab brown would be really good for a shade and a mid-tone for those. And then over the top, you could, depending on how many colors you want, you can start getting into like caramel, right? And then from caramel, you could go into dark ivory or ivory, right? I think the ivory how about olive flesh for that? Maybe. I think olive flesh, right? So you have a color scheme here where you could probably get rid of this and just do this if you want to keep it simple, right? Go dark golden brown, caramel brown, and olive flesh. And if you follow the way that I teach to make sure that you're always, turning 2 colors into 3, 3 colors into 5, because you're going to do this as a base coat, these mix together as your first mid-tone, that alone as its mid-tone, those mix together for your first highlight, and that is your final highlight, and you get an amazing looking cream armor. Right? Because remember, these mixed together are going to be what the base of the armor looks like, and then this as a highlight is going to add the punch. So that's kind of where I would do it. And when I say mix, you can either literally mix the colors or you can glaze them over the top of one another. Or if you're airbrushing, base, mid-tone, highlight, that would look great. That would be where I would go. You could just do these and mix them together. You're not going to get this warmth out of your mid-tone that way, though. So, because I use blue-black one-step, should I be using dark gray or slate gray as highlights with a filter of one-step blue-black back over the top of it? You're lost a little bit. So with depending on what you've done, blue-black is a great place to start. It's a great I don't know what you're painting. Are you painting cloth, armor? What are you painting? Because like I just showed you here, if you're doing like steel, in like shiny, like non-metallic style, this is the dark blue black with dark gray blue over the top of it as a highlight, right? Where did I put it?
Armor on a Raven Guard.
Yeah, so I don't know. Do you like this? Or is it too blue? Too steel? Probably too steel, right? Then blue black will keep it darker because blue black compared to dark gray blue. I use this on this. So it gives me a dark steel look. If you use blue black, it's still going to highlight what you're doing, but keep it darker. And then I would do like a filter, a thinned out black wash. Not the blue black again at the end, but a black wash. So take the black wash, thin it 50-50 with water, and put it over the top of it when you're done. And then you can do whatever you want. You can go blue black into dark gray blue. That would be a really good color scheme. Or you could go blue black and white blue that I'm using here and mix those together with the final being white blue highlight. Right? And that would wind up looking something more like this. Right. Now this has dark plum underneath the as a base coat, so you'll see that you have warm shadows from the dark plum. But if you just look at the top color, then it would be more like this. Because this was done with Payne's Gray, which is very similar to what dark blue black looks like over the top of the base coat. So Payne's Gray, then Payne's Gray just mixed with white blue, right? And that did all the highlights, and then a black wash over the top of it. And it gives you a good dusty black, but you still get a little bit of the bluish tones showing it through. So I really like that. Yeah, I think black and dark purple in the shadows would be great. And then you got the blue black over the top, and then just use, whatever you're comfortable with, either blue black and white blue, or just, I think those two work the best. Mix them in ways that work for your scheme and go bright. And that way you can go all the way up to pure white blue on your highlights. And then when you put a thin down black wash back over the top of it, it drags all that back into grays, makes the armor look black. And then the only thing you have to do is touch up your highlights with white blue where the bright shine spots are.
Seismic Unseen said, is one step better over a matte or gloss primer?
Either. I don't think it cares. I use it over whatever. It doesn't really matter. What did I do wrong here? I put this in the wrong space, this in the wrong space. I put 3 bottles in the wrong space.
Oh my gosh. Yards Tony said, organizing my backlog, and I stumbled across a little wet blending trainer I still have from when I first met you guys back in like 2016 or 17.
Awesome.
Blast from the past.
Awesome.
Would that have been at like an Adepticon?
I don't know. Or something we did on stream.
Crazy. Oh, maybe. Met seems like it was in person.
I'll show you the Raven Guard guy that I did back when they released whatever it was, 9th edition, when they came out with Primaris, or 8th edition or whatever it was. I did this guy. Right. I did a bunch of Loyalist Marines. I used 3D printed Beaky helmets and stuff.
How long ago would that be for like me? Like how, like, I don't know what.
We probably did these in, what would that have been? 2019, maybe? Because this was a lot of transparents. This was a lot of us using the transparents.
Okay.
So it would have been 2019, 2020, maybe. And took it, and this was all just done with blacks and grays. So I just did, there's a video deep in our
6
YouTube
years.
Okay. Where I went through and I just did a very sketchy workup with black and then dark neutral gray, bright neutral gray, and then, you know, to get all the highlights where I wanted them. And then I went over the top of that with black transparent mixed with transparent blue from the top, which gave it a little bit of a bluish hue there, and black transparent mixed with red up from the bottom to give it a little bit of warmth on the bottom. And, you know, so you can do this, you can do black armor in a bunch of different ways, but the way I like to do it most is to use the kind of casual open painting style of just building up your values and making it look way too bright, and then washing it back down with something like a transparent black wash. You could use like the dark blue black, but it still has a lot of blue to it. So the new One Step Black that's coming out in set 2, something like that, thinned way down and put layers of it over there to pull all of your colors down, because then your highlights still become good mid-tone transitions and things like this. And if you watch the video, if you can find the video on YouTube, which if you can't, come back next week and Chris will find it for you. But if you can find this video, it's literally, when I sketched all the colors on there, it was horrible looking. It just was like all quick, and then put the filter over it, and it was like, oh, you see the magic of how filters can blend when we did that too. It wasn't the purpose of the video, but it showed it very well, and this was something that showed you how you could do this very quickly on a whole army.
Yards Tony, I don't know if you would remember this, but do you remember if I was there? Because if I was there, it was probably like 2019, because we definitely had Pro Acryl. And Pro Acryl came out in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you're talking about the guy with like the big arm, I was at that one, and it was Pro Acryl.
Oh yeah.
Monument AU still Monument AU still waiting for One Step Down here. The distributor has ordered it.
Yeah.
So.
I know. I have no idea. They order it, and then it takes them so long to get their shipments. We don't ship direct to Australia. We ship to their California consolidation office, and we have no control over how long they sit on it before they move it to Australia. Sometimes it's been like 3-4 months, because it depends on what else they're bringing from the United States, because they wait for a full container to fill up. I wish I could help. I really do. And we're trying to. We're working on a solution for you down there, so... Check
Beefy,
shipping. I don't know that you should do that.
Yeah, but I don't know if you should do that. But check shipping from like Wayland Games in the UK or Element.
Well, and check the Combat Company and check Gap Games and check those guys and bang on them and ask them, hey, what's the deal? Because like Combat Company orders direct from us, I believe.
I think so. They always used to.
I don't know if they get it from the distributor now or not, but there are some other stores down there that have bought directly from us in the past and have the product. So try those guys. They do phone order and web order too. So I don't know that Combat Company has a website, but they have a website. I don't know if you can buy from it, but you can call them and they'll mail order it to you. That would save you a lot. But we are working on ways to fix that. Yeah. I just have no answer for when. Okay, Beefy. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, get your friends together if you're going to order direct. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's on the other side of the world, so it is quite expensive.
Well, and they charge a huge import fee to stuff in Australia too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, huge, like huge. They're not friendly to their customer base.
Oh,
There's some
too
objects
bad.
down there that you literally pay double for by the time you buy it local, which is a pain.
Hive Tyrant, how do I convince my LGS to start carrying Pro-Acryl? You're in Washington State. Ask them if they like to make money.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do they like to make money? That's do they? You know, that's literally it.
Yeah.
We make great paint at a great value, and it's made in the States, so they can get it when they need it. They have paint on the rack the whole time. People are comfortable, happy buying paint they can use and paint all the time.
But honestly, if you are in our Discord, send a message to Baby J with the name of your store, and he will call them.
Yep, 100%.
If you're not on our Discord, you should join it.
Any tips on brush cleaning? You have the queen of brush
None.
cleaning right here.
We don't have any. We don't do that.
This is this is a way to get us to stay. They can tell we're about to leave them, and they're like, "Don't leave us. Show us how to clean brushes. How do I airbrush?
Why do you use a dry palette instead of a wet palette?
How do you have? Why can't we have an hour-long tutorial right at
Where's
the end
my
of stream?"
pink hat?
Everybody, I can't express how much we love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and put up with our awful jokes and joining Jen and I on Friday. I love these Friday streams. They're kind of like good throwbacks.
Yeah.
I miss Chris on Friday, but I love.
Where do babies come from?
Where do babies come from? The but thank you so much for hanging out with us. It's good. It's always good having you back on stream.
I enjoy it. I love our Fridays. Grim Fat Boy, there will be a giveaway next week. We do one every week. We did not do any today. We don't do them on Fridays because that is too technically advanced for me.
Game delay. I can show you about 50 million models with gold non-metallic trim. I'm not going to show you how to do it though. But thanks so much. We got quite a bit done, even though all we did was the silver on this model. I think it really proves where the model's going. You know, we got asked a couple times because it's rare that I base coat a whole model. Painting with one step has created a new process for me where I go in and I put base coats on everything because it allows me so quickly to see the main color scheme of the model. Normally, you don't see me doing that. Normally, I paint like an area of the model and then move to another and another and another and another, and I get them more done before I go in. So this model has taken a while to start building up to finish, but now you can start seeing that with the steel and where we're going. And so the bone and everything else will come up to this kind of level of contrast, and then obviously not as bright. But then we'll have a finished model, so it'll be a lot of fun. I'm very, very excited about this army in particular. I really love all the models. I think they're really cool. There's lots of weird goat skull faces and crazy circle Ouroboros type deals, so it's going to be cool to spend some time on it.
Stan, awesome. Just ordered
Grim Fat Boy, thank you.
Pre-ordered One Step from Wayland. Awesome.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Seriously, if anybody, a lot of people saying, oh, I wish my store would carry Pro-Acryl, blah, blah, blah. Join our Discord. I just put the link in. I'll put it again in a second. Send a message to Baby J with the name. Give him the name of your store and the city, and he'll call them. He will contact them and say, "Why are you not carrying our line?" That is his job. So he will do that.
Although it's now Big Mike Woods.
Well, yeah, but he hasn't started yet. So currently, at this moment, Baby J.
We've hired a guy who's going to come knocking.
We also have Kenny, who is our sales. I just don't know his name in Discord. Do you know Kenny's Discord name?
Big Kenny. No, it's not.
It's not Big Kenny.
It's not Big Kenny.
I don't know what it is.
They don't ever call themselves with. I've asked them to be Monument Kenny, and they're not Monument Kenny, so I don't know what his name is.
Okay, sorry.
He'll make them an offer. Yeah, I got a guy that's about to start coming and knocking.
Yeah.
They're going to come knocking. Sleepy Wolf, this is Lord of the Hunt from War Machine.
Well, Baby J will still, he's not going anywhere.
No.
He'll still be part of the sales team.
Yeah. Those guys are the account reps that continue to monitor and assist and grow current accounts.
Hive Tyrant, not at the moment, but maybe someday. Send us your resume. Back in the basement, Baby J.
Yes, 100%.
We are going to raid probably Kenny.
What?
So if you are, he is not at Gen Con. No, Baby J is not at Gen Con.
No.
So if you are watching us anywhere other than Twitch and you want to continue watching some awesome miniature painting, get over here to Twitch, join the raid, and watch Next Level Painting.
Awesome. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out.
Links.
Watching paint dry. Go buy some Pro Acryl. MyNameAndHobbies.com, MyNameAndHobbies.eu. Check out the FLGS link. Jen's going to throw it up in the chat there.
FLGS.
Check for the store closest to you. Support your local gaming store. They do all the hard work. We just make the paint.
FLGS doesn't work over there. It only works over here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't do these things.
I don't know.
I don't do these things.
I don't know. It's too...
We'd love to see you over on our we'd love to see you over on our Discord, and we'd love to see you back here. So hit the follow and the sub button, no matter what platform you're watching. We do this Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Monument Standard Time. We'd love to see you back. This is year 10. We're celebrating our 10th year of doing all this crap, guys. Thank you so much for sticking out with us. We've got some people that have been here all 10 years. That's insane to me. Insane. So thank you. Thank you. Love you for all your support. Look forward to seeing you back here on Monday. And we'll keep you posted in our Discord with all the latest updates on the demo around here. I'm going to have some fun taking pictures and showing you where stuff's going to happen with the Experience Center as we start building that out. So keep your eyes and ears open on that, too. We'd love to see you down here someday.
Weekend, everyone.
So show some love in Kenny's chat when we get there, and have a wonderful weekend. Don't do anything we wouldn't do. Love your faces. We'll catch you back here on Monday.
Bye.
Adios.